time to slap on your splash-proof pants because the Samsung Galaxy S26 series is here and your Uncle Spurt has had a proper good fondle. The S26, S26 Plus and S26 Ultra have been metaphorically birthed on stage in sunny San Fran. The umbilical cords have been snipped and the mother has been stitched back up. Sorry, I don't know where I'm going with this birth thing. And that S26 Ultra certainly sports some innovative new tech, but all three Samsung 2026 flagships also pack an eye-watering price tag. Actually, forget watering, my peepers are positively spurting. Although, hey, the good news is that all three of these phones now come with minimum 256 gigs storage, none of that 128 gigs guff. You've also got a 512 gig option with all three, while the Ultra model can be boosted to an almighty terabyte as long as you've got a wallet the size of Swansea. And Samsung is also offering its usual storage boost pre-order offer. You can check out more on that in the video description. And these smartphones will actually hit Byyyeeeee on March the 11th. Now, of this trio, the base S26 and the Ultra model have changed the most as far as design goes, although we're not talking anything revolutionary here. So the Galaxy S26 has grown ever so slightly to 6.3 inches compared with the old 6.2 incher, but still deliciously compact compared with most rivals. That Ultra boasts a slightly more rounded design, while it's also a terrapin's todger lighter and thinner than the previous generation, although still a bit of a big one with a near 7-inch screen. Apparently that Ultra model is no longer constructed from titanium, it's now armor aluminium like the S26 and S26 Plus, albeit 10% tougher, apparently. Phew. It's the same glass up front and around back, only the Ultra sports that anti-reflective Victus glass to really cut down on glare. And you've now got that combined camera housing around back. Gotta say though, Samsung's selection of colours for the S26 series is proper trouser-rousing stuff. You got your traditional white and black, as well as a lovely sky blue and a rather fetching cobalt violet, which is the hero colour for this family. Well, you can also grab them in pink, gold and silver shadow. Those are the online exclusive colours. Your Uncle Spurt's really torn between that sky blue and the cobalt violet, but what do you reckon? What's the favourite? Definitely let us know in the comments below. And now the never at all controversial subject of performance, and once again different regions get different chipsets here. So for instance, here in Byyyeeeee and across Europe, the standard Galaxy S26 and the Plus model are powered by Samsung's fresh new 2nm Exynos 2600. Whereas over in the States, for instance, those smartphones are actually powered by Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 for Galaxy, which has been slightly tweaked and is gently overclocked. Now, only time and a lot of bloody testing will be able to determine which is actually superior, that Exynos or the Snapdragon. Early benchmarks that have leaked online suggest that the Snapdragon is superior. But then, of course, there's all kinds of other factors. Sustained performance, if you want to be gaming on wuthering bloody waves for like 2 hours straight. And power efficiency as well, which will produce the better battery life. So yeah, stay tuned for all the many S26 reviews that will be slamming online in the next sort of week or so. But regardless of your region, your Galaxy S26 will also pack in 12 gigs of RAM unless it's the 1TB Ultra model, in which case that gets upgraded to 16 gigs. And Samsung has also apparently slightly upgraded the vapor chamber and the thermal interface materials, or great mate Tim. So hopefully these S26 blowers will keep their cool under pressure. Now on the battery front, it's 4,300 mAh for the S26 versus 4,900 and 5,000 mAh on its bigger siblings. So only the regular Galaxy S26 gets an upgrade as far as the battery hardware goes. Hopefully it'll make a significant impact though, get you through a full day without too much stress and arse flapping. Here's hoping we'll see other power savings from the fresh OneUI, the upgraded chipsets, etc. Because let me tell you, that Ultra especially, that battery life wasn't particularly ultra last generation. Not compared with these 7,000 mAh silicon carbon mega buggers from the likes of Honor and Oppo. And for the wired charging, only the Ultra model has been boosted up to 60 watts now, so that is a tasty wee upgrade. You can expect roughly a 75% charge in just 30 minutes from a fully drained phone. And the wireless charging speed's also slightly boosted for the Plus and the Ultra, so it's now 15 watts, 20 watts for the Plus and 25 watts for that Ultra. The wireless power share is back, and of course Samsung's offering a selection of Qi 2 charging cases. as well as a fresh 5000 mAh Qi 2 battery pack with a built-in kickstand, which does add a slight amount of chunk to the smartphone. Now you got the usual dynamic AMOLED display shenanigans slapped on the front end of all three phones. The regular Galaxy S26 slightly boosted now up to 6.3 inches, but it's still rocking that Full HD Plus resolution versus the Quad HD Plus panels on the Plus and the Ultra. They're all LTPO panels, again maxing out at 120Hz, and you got that Pro Scaler tech back on board, upscaling Full HD visuals to close to Quad HD resolution on the Plus and the Ultra. And this generation also supports 10-bit color processing for more accurate visuals. But the Galaxy S26 Ultra once again sets itself apart from its slightly cheaper siblings with its fresh new privacy display. And this new AMOLED tech can deactivate specific pixels to greatly narrow the field of view when required. So only someone looking straight on at the screen can actually see anything. Any scraggers surreptitiously staring at your S26 Ultra off to the side will only see darkness. And you can instantly activate the privacy display at any point just by dragging down the quick actions menu from the top. Just tapping the wee button on there. So that'll be quite handy if I want to check out your mum's OnlyFans updates while I'm on the bus. And of course, you've got the latest, freshest version of OneUI slapped on here. Samsung is once again guaranteeing 7 full years of OS upgrades and security patching for all three of its S26 phones. And in case you missed it, they did spend a significant portion of the launch event banging on about our great mate AI. Whiskey at the ready, everybody. Now, Audio Eraser is back and it works on apps like YouTube, Netflix and Instagram now. So this can help to enhance the vocals and also dampen down background noise, which is pretty handy for live sports as well as live streams and vlogs shot in noisy places. Like for example a Byyyeeeee extravaganza that a certain bald pisshead might have shot at Oktoberfest. Good old Creative Studio is still there as well if you've got far too much time on your hands, and it now offers you a variety of options, so you can get it to spank out an invitation, a greeting card, whatever you need. I've already personally drafted a card for my great mate James Corden. And screenshots are now smarter on the Galaxy S26 series as well, similar to Pixel screenshots on those Google blowers. So now every screenshot is organized into one of 8 categories, including boarding pass, events, chats, QR codes and social media, as well as subcategories within where appropriate. And you'll be able to quickly and easily search through all these screenshots when you're desperately scrambling for your boarding pass when you're right at the front of your gate. You've also got Now Nudge, which is similar to that Pixel Q feature slapped on the Pixel 10 smartphones. This basically analyzes any messages you get on your S26, and then if it recognizes any requests for information, any questions that it can help out with, it'll drag out the necessary information and offer it up to you, so you can just add it with a tap. Now, while I found that Pixel Q wasn't particularly useful in real life, Now Nudge will hopefully be a bit better because it actually supports some third-party apps like WhatsApp and Signal. Can also apparently help out with auto-filling web forms, and all of this information is securely stored away by good old Samsung Knox. And personally, I'm also at least half-mast with the news that call screening is coming to OneUI and the Galaxy S26 phones. Still one of the best features on those Pixel phones, and one of the reasons why I'm kind of sad whenever I stop using the Pixel phone to review something else. And this appears to work in exactly the same way on the Samsung blowers. Basically, if you get an unknown caller, you just tap the wee call screening button, and then the person on the other end who's calling you will be told, "Hey, I'm an automated person. Who are you, you bastard?" And they'll have to say who they are, why they're calling, and then you can decide whether to pick up or whether they can just piss right off out of it. A few other wee updates for OneUI and AI in general as well, including notifications highlights. So if you've been away from your smartphone for a while, you come back and get a brief summary of the major notifications you've received while you've been away in case anything important has come through. That's similar to what you'll get on Motorola's smartphones, bit hit and miss on those blows. We'll see how it works on the S26. But what about the camera tech? Well, you've got the same hardware here as the previous generation for the regular Galaxy S26 and the S26 Plus. So that's a regular 50 megapixel sensor. You got a 10 megapixel telephoto shooter with 3x optical zoom and a 12 meg ultra wide angle shooter. But the Galaxy S26 Ultra does boast some hardware upgrades. So the main shooter uses the same 200 meg sensor, but it now has a larger f1.4 aperture to suck in a bit more light versus the old f1.7. And this does certainly seem to produce slightly brighter images in low light in my brief side-by-side with the old S25 Ultra. There's slightly more natural looking colours as well, although a wee bit of saturation as well, so we'll have to see how it handles real world conditions. The 10 megapixel telephoto shooter with 3x optical zoom sports a new sensor, so it's apparently even better in low light, especially with the boost to the old image processing. But the final two sensors are, as with the previous generation, a 50 meg periscope shooter with 5x optical zoom, and then that final 50 meg ultra wide angle shooter. It's once again a 12 meg selfie shooter slapped on the front end of all three S26 phones. But you will notice that camera orifice is slightly bigger. That's because you've got a slightly wider point of view now. And you've also now got an AI-led bit of ISP action. This does seem to help out in quite strong contrast. You've got some quite heavy backlighting going on. Keeps your skin tones looking pretty natural. In my case, Casper the Friendly Ghost. And video capture has been upgraded in quite a few ways on the S26. So for instance, the Ultra now supports the APV codec at up to 8K resolution, as well as log shooting like before. And apparently Video Boost provides even better noise reduction when shooting in low light. And in the stabilization tools, you'll also find the fresh new Horizon Lock feature, which is ideal when shooting a bit of action video on the go. This works extraordinarily well, similar to a lot of action cams, and works at 4K resolution at either 30 or 60 frames per second. So there you have it, my lovelies. That's the fresh new Samsung Galaxy S26, S26 Plus and S26 Ultra, the upgrades versus the previous generation and how they all stack up. Now, are you tempted by one? Well, definitely let us know in the comments below. Let us know which one you'd be most tempted by, and also I hope you've been bloody saving up for a while. Either that or you just happen to have a Scrooge McDuck money vault out in the back garden. As I say, you can boost your storage at no extra cost by doing a pre-order. You can check out more info on that down in the video description. And hey, while you're down there, please do poke subscribe, ding that notifications bell. Stay tuned for a whole heap of S26 shenanigans coming at your face. And have yourselves a ruddy, wonderful rest of the week. Cheers, everybody. Love you.